Hey everyone, welcome to another deep dive, and this one is specifically for all you contact center specialists out there. We're diving deep into something super relevant to what you do every single day, and that is omnichannel and Optichannel.
Yes, exactly.
But we're not just going to be throwing around buzzwords, oh no.
That's right.
We're going to be going beyond that, right, and talking about how these strategies can actually, really transform your contact center.
Yeah, and I think it's a really interesting time for contact centers, right?
Welcome to the Commio Cast. I'm Tim McLean, Commio's Director of Marketing. Thanks for tuning in. Here we talk about all things cloud communications. Think modern calling and text messaging and more, all in the cloud. In this episode, as always, our hosts Micah and Kali join us from their virtual recording studio at Notebook LM. Guys, take it away.
I mean, because it's not even just about keeping up anymore.
Right.
It's really about using these strategies to get ahead.
To get ahead, exactly. And I think, just to kind of kick things off here, what exactly is omnichannel?
Yes.
Because I feel like I hear that word everywhere, and sometimes it feels like it just means multi-channel.
Right. It's definitely a very common misconception. And you're right. I mean, they both use multiple channels, right?
Yeah.
But omnichannel is really about weaving them together.
Okay.
So it's seamless. So think of it this way. A customer starts by texting your support line, and then maybe needs to switch to a call. Well, in a true omnichannel system, that agent, when they pick up the phone, they already have that text conversation history right there.
Right.
They can just pick up right where they left off. And, for the customer, that means no more repeating information.
Right.
Not having to start from scratch every single time.
Yes.
It's just like a much smoother experience for everyone involved.
Okay, so I'm starting to get the picture here. It's not just about offering a bunch of different ways to contact you. It's about making the experience smooth.
Exactly.
Regardless of how the customer reaches out.
That's exactly right.
But I guess, is it just about making things easier? What's the real impact for businesses?
Well, the benefits are huge.
Yeah.
Think about customer loyalty for a second.
Yeah.
Companies that are really, nailing this omnichannel thing, they're seeing a customer retention rate of 89%. Wow. Versus companies that are lagging behind, they're at a measly 33%. They're at a measly 33%.
That's a huge difference.
Yeah, it's huge.
Wow. Okay.
And, it's really all about creating those happy customers, making them feel heard, making them feel valued. And when they feel that way, they're going to stick around.
They stick around. Those are some pretty mind-blowing numbers.
Yeah.
But I guess, let's be realistic here for a second. We all know that agents get swamped.
They do.
Right? So how does omnichannel help them on the front lines when they're dealing with all these different channels and all this information?
You've hit on a major pain point. And, studies have actually shown that 26% of agents actually feel uninformed when they're having those interactions with customers.
Wow, that's a lot.
And that leads to, slower resolutions. It leads to frustration, both for the customer and the agent.
Oh, for sure.
But omnichannel, that's how it tackles this problem.
Okay.
By giving the agent a 360-degree view of the customer.
Right.
So all the interactions, the purchase history, preferences, you name it, it's all right there, right at their fingertips.
Yeah.
So they have all the information they need to solve the problem quickly and effectively.
So it's empowering them to be more efficient and to actually provide better support.
Exactly.
Because they have all the information they need. Okay, so we've got happier customers, we've got more efficient agents. I mean, that sounds like a win-win.
Right.
I'm guessing that also translates to, a healthier bottom line, right?
Oh, absolutely. No, we're talking a 9.5% boost in revenue year over year.
Really?
And then on top of that, a 7.5% reduction in cost per contact for companies that are really leveraging omnichannel.
Right. So it's good for everyone.
It really is.
Okay, you've convinced me. Omnichannel sounds pretty amazing.
It is pretty great.
But, is there a catch? Is there ever a point where offering too many channels could actually backfire?
That is a very insightful question. And this is where I think we start to see a shift from more is better to better is better. And that's where Optichannel comes in.
Okay, Optichannel. So it sounds like omnichannel 2.0, right? The next evolution. So what is the difference? What are we talking about here?
So imagine this, right? You've got a customer, and their issue can be very easily resolved through self-service.
Huh?
But an Optichannel system, which is powered by AI, it's going to know that, and it's going to seamlessly guide them there.
Okay.
But let's say that same customer historically, they prefer phone calls for certain issues. Well, the system is going to adapt.
Okay.
And it's going to route them to an agent.
So it's really about, like, understanding each individual customer.
Yes.
And making sure that they're getting the right channel for their specific needs.
That's exactly right.
Instead of just, like, throwing all these options at them and being like, figure it out.
Exactly. Because we don't want to overwhelm them with choices, right? Remember that stat we mentioned earlier? 96% of customers will leave a brand after just one high-effort experience.
Yeah.
So Optichannel is all about reducing effort.
Right.
Making things effortless for the customer.
Right. Okay. This is all starting to sound pretty futuristic to me. We're talking about AI. We're talking about understanding customer preferences. Like what kind of technology is actually behind all of this intelligent routing, all of this personalization?
Well, the secret sauce here is AI and machine learning, or ML. And it's really interesting because 92% of contact centers are actually planning to implement these technologies this year.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And they're really the brains behind all of this. They're constantly analyzing that data, learning and understanding customer behavior and preferences.
So we're talking about AI and ML. I know these are big buzzwords that get thrown around a lot.
You do.
But can you break it down for us? Like in a contact center, what are these things actually doing?
Okay, so think about conversational AI. So these are like your virtual agents and chatbots that are popping up everywhere these days. They use natural language processing to actually have a conversation with the customer, just like a human would. They can answer basic questions. They can resolve simple issues 24/7. It's basically like having an army of agents who never sleep.
It's like having a super efficient team that's always on.
Exactly.
That's amazing, but what about the more complex issues?
Yeah.
The ones that really require that human touch.
Right. Well, even then, AI can actually help out.
Yeah.
So there's this thing called text and speech analytics. And what that does is it takes every interaction, whether it's a chat, whether it's a phone call, and it just dissects it, breaks it down, analyzes everything.
Wow.
So this gives the human agent incredibly valuable insight.
Oh, okay.
So summaries of the key points, it can flag potential problems, and even, like sentiment analysis can pick up on the customer's emotion.
Wait, so it can tell if the customer is angry or frustrated or happy?
That's right.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
So it's like giving our agents superpowers, right?
It is.
By giving them access to all this information that they wouldn't normally have.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've got conversational AI, we've got text and speech analytics. Now, how does machine learning specifically fit into all of this?
So machine learning is like the engine behind AI. So it's constantly learning, right? It's constantly go through all that data, all the customer journeys, all the recordings, all the feedback that we get.
Right.
And it uses that to refine the system. It's like the student that never stops studying.
Got it.
Right. So always learning and always improving its understanding of the customer.
This is all so insightful, but I'm wondering how businesses actually make all of this happen. Where do they even begin with all of this?
Well, that's where things get really interesting, and that's exactly what we'll be exploring in part 2.
Okay, excellent. So until next time, keep those customer experience gears turning.
Absolutely.
And we'll be back to dive deeper into the world of omnichannel and Optichannel. See you soon.
See you.
All right, welcome back, everyone. So we just left off talking about, AI and ML in the contact center and all the amazing things it can do.
Yeah, the possibilities are pretty mind-blowing.
They really are. But I'm thinking, okay, how do contact centers actually put all of this awesome tech into practice? Like, where do we even begin?
Well, before you even jump into the tech, you gotta really understand your customers, right? Like, what channels do they actually prefer?
Right.
Where are their pain points? What are their expectations?
Makes sense.
And data is key here,
Yeah.
Like, analyze those customer interactions.
Yeah.
Gather feedback, map out those customer journeys, and really use that information to pinpoint areas where you can improve.
So it's like building a house. You got to have that strong foundation before you start adding all the fancy stuff.
Exactly.
Okay, so once we've got a good handle on our customers, where do we go from there?
Well, next, you got to take stock of your current technology right now.
Okay.
Do you have the systems in place to actually support these seamless omnichannel interactions?
Right.
Can your agent see that complete view of the customer journey? Because a lot of businesses, they're working with, older systems.
Right.
They weren't really built for this level of integration.
Yeah, that makes sense. So, what's the answer? Do we have to just ditch everything and, start from scratch?
Not necessarily, no. You might need to bring in some new platforms or maybe find ways to integrate what you already have
Okay.
to create that unified experience.
Right.
And this is where, choosing the right technology partner becomes super important.
So it's not just about buying the shiniest new software. It's about finding someone who actually understands your business.
Yes, absolutely.
And can help you, figure out this whole world.
Right. You need a partner who can give you, that expert guidance,
Yeah.
support, and solutions that are flexible and can actually grow for your business.
Okay, so we've got those customer insights. We've got the right tech in place. We found an awesome partner. What's next?
Now it's time to empower your agents,
Oh, yeah.
right? They're the heart and soul of your customer experience. They are.
So give them the training, give them the tools, and give them the support they need to really thrive in this new omnichannel or Optichannel environment.
And it's easy to get, caught up in all the technology and everything.
Right.
But at the end of the day, it really does come down to those human interactions.
She does.
So agents need the skills to handle those, seamless channel switches and to provide that personalized support. So what does that training and support actually look like?
Well, it's about helping agents understand, the benefits of omnichannel or Optichannel, right?
Yeah.
Not just for the customer,
Yeah.
but for themselves as well, It's about providing clear guidelines for handling different interaction types
Right.
across all those channels and just making sure they're comfortable with the technology
Right.
and that they have a clear escalation path, for when things get a little tricky. That makes a lot of sense. So, we've talked about implementation, but how do we actually measure success here? Like, what are the key indicators that our omnichannel or Optichannel strategy is actually working?
Well, first and foremost, customer satisfaction.
Okay.
Right? Are your customers actually happier? Are their issues being resolved quickly and efficiently? Surveys, feedback forms, even just keeping an eye on social media can give you that feedback straight from the source.
Yeah, it's about going right to the people who matter most.
Right.
What else should we be tracking?
Keep a close eye on your first contact resolution rate,
Okay.
Can your agent solve that issue on the very first interaction, regardless of what channel the customer is using?
Okay.
Because, that makes the customer happy, and it also saves you money in the long run.
Right. Efficiency and customer happiness.
Exactly.
I like it.
What's not to love?
Okay. What else? What else should we be looking at?
Well, definitely keep track of average handling time. Are your agents, zipping through those interactions, or are there some bottlenecks somewhere?
Yeah.
Because this can really help pinpoint areas where, you might need to streamline processes or maybe give your agent some additional training.
So it's about finding that balance, right?
Yes.
Being fast and efficient, but not, sacrificing that personal touch.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And don't forget to check in on how those new channels are performing.
Oh, right.
Are customers actually using them? Are there any that are causing more frustration than others?
Yeah.
It all goes back to that initial customer research, right?
Yeah.
Making sure you're offering the channels they actually want, not just, chasing the latest trend.
Right. This is all super helpful, but let's be honest here. I mean, implementing all of this can feel overwhelming.
It can be, yeah.
Right, especially for contact centers that are just starting out on this journey. So what's your advice for them?
Don't try to boil the ocean.
Okay.
Start small, focus on one or two key areas, and just build from there.
Right.
Remember, it's a marathon, not a sprint.
Break it down into those manageable chunks.
Yes.
Celebrate the small wins.
Exactly.
And slowly build towards that comprehensive solution.
That's it.
That's great advice.
And, it's okay to ask for help too, right? Find those experts.
Yeah.
Find those technology partners who can really be your guides and provide the support you need to succeed.
It's easy to feel lost, right, with all the complexity and everything,
Right.
but knowing that you don't have to go it alone is really reassuring.
Absolutely. And remember, the customer experience landscape is constantly changing.
Right.
So you got to be open to trying new things, adapting to those changes,
Okay.
test different approaches, see what works, and never stop learning.
Yeah, that spirit of experimentation and continuous learning is so important.
It is.
This whole conversation has been incredibly insightful, and it's clear that omnichannel and Optichannel, they're not just about checking boxes. They're about building a customer-centric culture.
That's right.
We've covered so much ground here, from those very first steps of implementation to the importance of, ongoing optimization and measurement.
Yeah.
But there's one piece of the puzzle that we've only just touched on, and that is artificial intelligence.
Yeah, AI, it's a big one.
It's a big one. So are you ready to explore that frontier a bit further?
Absolutely. AI is rapidly becoming such an integral part of the customer experience.
Yeah.
And I think we're just scratching the surface of what it can really do.
Yeah, and that's where it gets really exciting. Listeners, buckle up as we venture into the world of AI-powered customer experiences.
It's going to be a wild ride.
We'll be right back after a short break. All right, welcome back, everyone. It feels like we're stepping into the future here, where science fiction meets reality.
It really does.
Because we're talking about artificial intelligence, AI.
Yes, AI, and it's no longer a thing of the future. It's here. It's already transforming contact centers in some really incredible ways.
We hear about AI all the time these days.
Right, it's everywhere.
But, for those of us in the contact center world, what does that actually look like?
Well, picture this, right? You have virtual agents that are available 24/7.
Okay.
Instantly answering customer questions, resolving those simple issues, all without any human intervention.
So it's like having a team of superpowered agents who never get tired.
Exactly.
That's incredible for efficiency
right.
and cost savings.
For sure.
But I do have to wonder, what about that human touch?
Yeah.
Are we at risk of making the customer experience feel impersonal?
That's a very valid concern, and I think that's where finding that sweet spot between AI and human interaction is really key.
Okay.
Because AI shouldn't replace us entirely, right?
Right.
It should enhance our capabilities, not replace us.
Yeah, it's about that collaboration.
Exactly.
So it's not AI versus humans, it's AI and humans working together to create something truly special.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, so how do we do that? Like, what does that actually look like in practice?
Well, AI can handle those repetitive tasks, like analyzing data, spotting patterns, automating those routine processes. And by doing that, that actually frees up human agents to focus on the more complex issues.
Right. So AI is doing the heavy lifting, the stuff that, can be automated.
Exactly.
And then humans come in and bring that empathy and that creativity, problem solving, those interpersonal skills that AI just can't replicate.
It's all about, playing to each other's strengths.
I love that. So, we've talked about AI being used for those virtual agents and chatbots.
Right.
But are there other roles that it can play in a contact center strategy?
Oh, absolutely. AI can make a huge difference throughout that entire customer journey.
Okay, like what?
Well, take sentiment analysis, for example.
Okay.
AI can analyze customer interactions like phone calls, emails, chat conversations.
Right.
And it can actually pick up on the emotions behind the words.
So it can, tell if a customer is angry or frustrated or happy, even if they're not explicitly saying it.
That's exactly right. Exactly.
Wow. That's pretty powerful.
It is. It's really powerful. And, sentiment analysis can be invaluable in de-escalating tense situations.
Right.
Identifying those frustrated customers and ultimately just, delivering support that really meets their needs on a deeper level.
It's like AI is giving us superpowers,
It is.
We can see and understand our customers in a whole new way.
I love that analogy, but, that's just the tip of the iceberg.
Oh, there's more.
There's so much more. AI can personalize recommendations, predict customer behavior, and it can even proactively reach out to customers before they even run into problems.
So we're talking about a truly anticipatory customer experience.
Yes, exactly.
Where we're already one step ahead.
Right.
Ready to meet their needs.
Exactly.
Okay, this all sounds incredible.
It is pretty cool.
But I do have to ask, are there any downsides to relying so heavily on AI? Are there any, risks or ethical considerations that we need to be thinking about?
That's a really, really important question. And I think just like with any powerful technology, AI needs to be implemented thoughtfully, responsibly. We need to make sure that these AI systems are fair, that they're unbiased, and that we're being transparent about how they're making decisions.
So it's not just about the tech itself, it's about how we use it.
Exactly.
And the values that we're bringing to that process.
Absolutely. We need to be mindful of data privacy.
Right.
The potential impact on jobs as AI takes on more tasks.
For sure.
It's crucial that we have these conversations about these issues and develop guidelines that make sure that AI is being used ethically.
Right.
And for the benefit of everyone.
That makes a lot of sense. And it brings us to, I think, a bigger question, which is, what does the future of work look like in this age of AI? Because I think there's a lot of people out there who are worried that AI is going to automate jobs
Right.
and leave humans behind.
Yeah, and it's understandable that people have those concerns.
Right.
But I actually believe that AI is going to create more opportunities than it eliminates.
Okay.
Because as it automates those repetitive tasks, it opens up space for humans to focus on those higher level skills.
Right.
Things like creativity, critical thinking, problem solving, and those all important interpersonal skills.
Well, it's not about replacing human workers. It's about empowering them to do more meaningful work.
Exactly. The key is to embrace lifelong learning.
Right.
And adapt to this changing landscape of the workplace.
Yeah, I think that's so important.
It is.
We need to equip ourselves with the skills and knowledge to really thrive in a world where AI is a powerful tool.
It is a powerful tool, that's for sure.
This has been such a thought-provoking conversation.
It has.
We've gone from the basics of omnichannel and optichannel all the way to the frontiers of AI.
Yeah, we've covered a lot of ground.
And I think it's clear that the future of customer experience is going to be this fascinating blend of human and artificial intelligence.
I completely agree.
And the possibilities are truly exciting, and I feel like we're really just getting started.
Oh yeah, we are just getting started.
Well, listeners, we hope you've enjoyed this deep dive into omnichannel, optichannel, and the incredible world of AI.
We had fun.
And remember, it's all about using these powerful tools to create experiences that are personalized, efficient, and genuinely human. Until next time, keep those customer experience gears turning.
Building amazing experiences that engage and delight your customers is easy with Commio. Our smart, reliable voice and messaging solutions are easy to implement and scale with you, so you can deliver more calls and texts, be more competitive, and save money. With Commio, you get peace of mind and happier customers. Find out why thousands of software platforms and enterprises trust Commio with their communications. Get a demo today.